And after being delayed for 1 year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Tokyo Olympics have finally begun. For the latest updates from the Olympics, we're joined by our correspondent Xiaoying from Tokyo, Japan. Xiaoying, tell us about the opening ceremony. You have the opportunity to witness from not too far from the stadium itself, and the opening ceremony is like unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's incredibly scaled down because of the pandemic. Can you tell us the situation in there?
Yes, Iqbal Himawan, thank you. From what I know, since this morning, 7 a.m., I was there in front of the venue, just not far from the venue, just in front of the gate. So I've seen a lot of things happening. There's a lot of secret. The secret of the opening ceremony. Nobody knows what was the event that they will have the whole day. So what I've seen, I can tell you that from this afternoon, there's a aerobatics attraction, which is they call as a blue impulsive, which that's like the fighter jet on the sky. They blow out some colorful smokes in shape of the Olympic circle round symbols. And that's what I saw today, this afternoon. And then in the opening, which is at 8 o'clock Japanese time, and convert to Indonesian time should be 6 o'clock. So the opening ceremony, just like a traditional Olympic ceremony that always happen in the whole world. But what special about this ceremony this time is there's no audience at all. What I mean is audience is ordinary people. There's only very high-ranking people in the ceremony. So when you see from this time, which is I think this is still live now, you can see the stadium. Nobody's sitting there. There's all empty seats. Nobody. So even the athletes, I mean the parades athletes, shaking hands, waving their hands, but to nobody. So that's very sad, very sad. So, but yeah, anyway, everybody is so happy. I mean, what important thing is the spirit of the athletes. And finally, those athletes, they already prepared for the long time for this moment. They finally can show their performance. That's what I see.
It's interesting. You mentioned about there are some secrets that around these Olympic Games, and what's not being a secret anymore is that there are still some people in Tokyo, from Tokyo residents, that they're actually still against the Olympic, even though it's opening ceremony already. Have you seen the protests yourself, and what about the security over there?
Yes, you're right. The security is very tight. I mean, about the radius 200 meters beyond, I mean, outside of the venues, the police enforcement is like covering the whole area. They are everywhere, even with a uniform or without uniform. They're everywhere. They're just hidden like a ghost. But then at 5 o'clock, which is 3 hours before the opening, there was some tiny, I mean, a bunch of protesters came in front of the station called Sendagaya, just perfectly in front of the front gate of the venue, I mean the Olympic building. So they are doing protesting and yelling, and what they claim is that why we Japanese people still celebrating this kind of event, while other countries, I mean poor countries, they're suffering because of the COVID. How dare we are celebrating with this happiness, which is shame on us. That's what the protester against the opening of the Olympics this year.